Hello everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna quickly see if the channels are correct. How's it going, everyone? And I can see now in my camera there are too many things on my dashboard. Let's see. This is gonna be a short one. We'll see how this goes. It has been a long time since I did a live stream. How have you been? Loading error success. How are you? How are you? Can everybody hear me well? Let's see if I can see my microphone settings. Yeah, seems okay. How have you been, everyone? I'm currently doing a copy paste from my other machine before finalizing my book. How have you folks been? What are you working on? Let's see if I can find my... Wait. Restream.io. Hamza, how are you doing? So I'm going to copy paste this. I was about to publish my book and I realized there's one last thing that I want to add to it before we go publish the book. So I'm just looking into that one little thing. Let's see if I can. I can join the studio. So I'm going to try to show you what I'm doing. 1 second. Zishan, wa alaikum assalam. How's it going, Zishan? How are you doing? You good? Hamza says I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing good as well. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm just finalizing the content of my book before we get it published. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let's see if I can. Okay, interesting. Let's see if I can make this guy join the screen, or if I can share my screen rather. And how do I do that? If I go to demo, and if I go and share my just one window, let's see. So yeah, this is what I'm doing, just finalizing the content at the moment. Let's see. Should I mirror the camera? No. Let's do it like this. This looks much nicer. What is the topic title of your upcoming book? It's called Mastering Angular Signals. If you go to codewithahsan.dev, you're going to be able to see under the books section. This is the third book that I'm currently trying to publish. It should look something like this: Mastering Angular Signals, and it contains a lot of interesting topics. We're going to go through the core concepts of Angular, at least modern Angular, as they say. So we have signals, we have effects, computed, resource, input, output, model, all of those crazy things. And I was working on this demo at the moment, so I added just one nice little thing as always, which is this HTTP resource. So this is one thing that I was missing from the book. So I just added the example, and it seems like so much of the code has been reduced compared to what we had uh, with with this. For example, if I show you, you can have a quick look maybe. If I go to HTTP multi-city component, if you look at this, you're going to see that we have this request, then we have a loader, we have a bunch of things happening here. We're also doing a fetch here manually with abort signal. So a lot of things are happening right here. And when you look at the one with HTTP resource, you can see the code is much smaller. So here we are doing almost the same thing, but we don't have to use fetch, etc. We just return a particular URL, and this is the same demo as this one. So this is using the HTTP resource, but this one is using the RX resource, if I remember correctly, or resource, and then this one is using the HTTP resource in this case. But yeah, the code works. I'm now going to just make sure that the content is there correctly as well. So I'm just copy pasting from my temporary workaround to final code. Prerequisites is good enough. Then we go. Oi, what happened here? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Zishan says, when I use coding after due to gap 10-20 days, and I feel that's I have missed many things in syntax. Really very embarrassing for me how I forget syntax, so I feel stressed. That's fine. That's very common. It's the same with anything. Actually, it's not just with coding. If you, for example, if you are playing football and you stopped playing football for a while, you're gonna feel the same. And the same goes for let's say, I don't know, if you talk about gym. So if you start going to gym, do training, do workout, and you stop it for like a month or two, you're going to go and you will not be able to lift the weights anymore. And then you'll be like, what is this? I was able to do it before. So it's pretty common. I don't think you need to be embarrassed about it. It's fine. I had one more example that's probably not the best example, but I there was a time where I used to play a musical instrument, and after a while, when I picked it up, I was like, I can't play it anymore. My Yeah, my fingers hurt. So so that's very common. You don't need to be ashamed about this. You should be ashamed if you try picking it up and you spend significant time and you cannot. I think that's where when there is a problem. Maybe your diet is not good. You have a lot going on that you need to comprehend, etc., etc. But if you forget something, you can always recall it. And we don't of course we don't need to remember syntax, so to say. We have Google. We can always Google. Zishan says, I hope you will understand my feelings and suggest me better ways of solution. Yeah, the better way is just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's a very normal thing. And almost everybody, I think, in the chat will agree to this. Are there more people who feel like this in the chat? That you start working on something, or when you take a vacation or a gap, you come back later and then you're like, what is this? I'm actually like this every day. When I come back to work, I'm like, who wrote this code? That's not me. But it always turns out to be me. Aman says, I'm a PHP Laravel developer and currently joined a company which is using PHP sent with Angular JS. I was thinking, why is the combination of Angular for legacy system? Angular JS is actually a legacy technology. I don't know why. I mean, when you talk about Angular JS, for example, a lot of companies that I've worked with, they are still using Angular JS. Angular JS is like 10 years old or 9 years old. If you look into Angular 1.4 point something, I think, which is probably the latest version, or maybe 1.5 was the one where they also introduced components. So, anyways, Angular JS is legacy. So your question cannot be combination of Angular for legacy system. Uh, is a weird question because there you will find Angular JS with PHP. You'll find it with Java. You'll find it with even Node.js. You'll find it with .NET. So Angular JS is essentially, you can just embed that into any HTML application, and then you have Angular working with it. But it's a very old technology. So Assalamu alaikum. What are we doing today? You're looking at me publishing my book, and I'm having some chit chat. So, some question answers. And what I'm working on these days is I'm working on some Angular videos, and I'm also working on the Google ADK series. Has anyone of you looked at the Google Agent Development Kit series that I published? Is anyone working with AI or Python, so to say? Dishan says, Asan Bhaiya, stay smile, always live along with blessing Ilahi. Ameen. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Likewise, brother. Okay, so let's add the example here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also import the code, but I'm going to import it from my actual code. Let's see if I can add it. So here we have, by the way, if you did not know, you can actually have Google Docs having code examples. So all you need is some extension called code block. You start it, you select your code, and then you just go ahead and do format, and it formats for us. So Chad, anyone working on anything related to AI these days? I would love to know what are you working with? No background. No, I have to have a background. I'm gonna have to format this again. So format. For some reason, this camera actually shows a better view than the other one. I'm going to show you. So this is the other camera. I think this is more for the videos. So you have like the HD look here. But if you look at this one, this one is much more natural and bright. So I don't know. Maybe this one or the other one. But I'm going to have to zoom in a bit here. And this is more for the videos and stuff. Can go with this one for now. Okay. So here we have the code example. I don't know. I think I should probably reduce the HTML because the HTML is exactly the same. I would say Or I can actually put this right here. Template is the same as the previous example. Okay, so we don't change anything there. And then we have weather info. We have the same things here, but here we are using actually the HTTP resource. Good. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna also have to have something right here. I would basically have the same thing here. Uh, um, we are doing exactly what we did in the previous example, i.e., we are dynamically switching between single and multiple, blah, blah, blah. The key differences are, and then we can take away from my rough notes to see. Uh, Sayyid Muhammad Arham Ali says, as a developer, how do you manage your mental health in such a tough routine, especially when working 8 hours straight in front of a laptop? How do you deal with burnout? What kind of daily routine would you recommend to stay mentally and physically balanced? I would say you should find activities that are not work related. So they obviously should be something that makes you relaxed. One of the best things that you could do is just train, go to gym, go out running, play some football, and stuff like that. That makes you happy. I have my family, my wife and my kid. So when I leave my computer, I go there. I'm happy instantly, Alhamdulillah. So that takes away all my stress. So I spend some time with them, especially with my kid. So today I was playing with trucks, etc., on a prayer mat with him. So that was really nice. We also fixed one of the drawers that got broken. So so yeah, you do things like this. That is, you take a gap. Then we had dinner, and now I'm sitting in front of my PC again to work on things that are important, like publishing this book. So I think that is what it takes usually. So you distribute your time pretty accurately as much as possible, and then you find out those moments or those activities that really make you happy. So I would say not having those would cause burnout. Also, planning makes a big role. One of the things that you also have is stress is when the day is not planned. So in the beginning of the day or in the morning, you can just spend some time, like 15 let's say 5 to 15 minutes, just planning what the day is going to be about. And there's a rule that I follow usually, or I've started following, is the three important things rule. So I try to put them as much as possible in the chunk of three. I put sticky notes, as you can see right here. So I have that on my front, and that's the only thing that I try to focus on. Those are the big sort of goals of the day. So when you plan them, you're most likely going to finish them. When you finish them in time, then you're probably not going to be burnt out. I also have this thing that keeps me focused. I don't know how I can show this. So it's like a timer clock that starts, and then I'm focused for like 1 hour. So during this time, I don't do anything else. So no checking of emails, yeah, not looking outside the window, so to say. So those things I don't really do during this time. So you can use your phone or something to focus. So plan your day, have focused slots so you can finish your job. and then try to find the slots which make you happy. That is all I can suggest. I hope that helps. So in here, I'm gonna now paste these things. We're gonna convert these to bullet points. So let's see, dynamic URL in loader. I'm gonna quickly copy this. HTTP resource in loader function. This dot multi-city mode. Select city which URL HTTP request. Parse function for transformation and error handling. This should actually be the same. But I think this should actually be like this. Selected city. And then we got this guy. Oops, wrong. Engineer, hello. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. You're around the right time. Signal driven state, and then we have implicit HTTP client as well. So let's quickly highlight this guy. What are you working on these days? Oops, wrong. The loader function. In this particular example, I'm actually doing something that I don't like, but I haven't found a good way of doing this, and that is this selected city. If you see, so here we're supposed to react on whenever there's a switch between the multi-city mode and the single city mode, or yeah, it's a boolean essentially. So whether we get the weather JSON or multi-JSON, in which case we would have an object or an array. And then we also need to or rerun this request if the selected city changes as well. So when we are using the multi-city mode, we are looking at two different cities, so Stockholm and Milan. And if that changes, then the corresponding JSON should come back, or corresponding data should be shown. So that is something that I would have to look into. Ooh, why is there interesting? There were two curly braces missing. That's not good. All right, so hopefully, so I'm gonna have to do it for this particular document, and then I'm gonna put it to the Kindle Create app. Once that's done, I should be able to publish the book, at least on Kindle. And then I'm gonna also look into how we can make it possible for the print as well. But I think it's just a setting. I've not done it before, so we're gonna see how that looks like later on. Wait, what happened to this bracket? Implicit HTTP. What happened? What just happened? Okay. Implicit HTTP client. HTTP resource from Angular Common HTTP and enabled by provide HTTP client. Of course. Yup. Wolfgang says, I'm building kind of ChatGPT UI on Angular. Okay, interesting. Actually, Cursor does it instead of me. Yes, I can imagine. Which model are you using with Cursor or within Cursor? Or which LLM are you using? Okay, I'm gonna try to make this mermaid diagram and see if I can make this work. Live editor. Claude 4.0, of course. Okay. Okay. And are you finding it nice overall? Do you see it's so I'm asking the question because of a couple of things. First, it's Angular, of course. So how do you think it's behaving so far? Okay, I'm not gonna have this. I think this is good enough. So here I could actually go ahead. No, it's not the font I wanted. This example clearly demonstrates a clean and modern approach to handling dynamic HTTP requests with Angular signals using the HTTP resource API. Oi. Um, and let's also put here as well life cycle of these requests. Are we good with this? I don't think. Oh, okay, sorry, we also have this as well. So we're gonna copy this guy. Tap, 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 tap. You can find the code of this example at weather info HTTP request. We also, I would, we could also look into updating the NX workspace to Angular v20. Strong says it does amazing things. Today, it replaced 3 components and 1 service to a shared module. Okay. Created abstract class and implemented logic. The solution even worked. Okay. I think the solution even worked is probably the best part. But good. That sounds really nice. At least that's what we want to. That's what we expect to happen. Did I give the right name? Okay, weather resource, good. So let's quickly copy the name. Sorry, I'm switching between my editor and my books content. And then the route that I mentioned is HTTP resource, just like this. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm gonna try to copy this and see if this could directly be ported to Kindle Create. While I didn't say to it how it should look like, I manage itself. Good, that's really good. I'm gonna have to try Claude. I've not. I did stop my subscription because I was trying to use, or I had, or for the past months, I've had not too much need for really complex AI based coding, and I could do most of my stuff with just Google Gemini, which I use via AI Studio. So yeah, I stopped my subscription to Claude at least. Emma J, how's it going? Hello, hello. So let's quickly, we're gonna copy this and I'm gonna go to my Kindle Create which you can't see at the moment, but I think that is fine. Let's see if I can jump to the right one, hopefully. Tap, 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 dynamic resource switching. Okay, here's the conclusion. So we just go before the conclusion and try to make it nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, something happened. It's probably not the best, but it's not too bad. Too bad, I would say. Let's see if I can see. Amachik says, I'm new here. What do you do here? What's your channel about? I try to code live with Angular, with other stuff as well, sometimes React as well, sometimes AI. Right now, I'm actually about to publish my next book, which is Mastering Angular Signals. So I was showing some examples with the resource for fetching some data, like loading on demand, loading with error, multiple cities. So these are some examples of my book. There are many nicer examples as well. I think these are probably not the best ones, but maybe, or not the best ones to show, at least on a stream when you don't have the book in front of you. Let's see if I can find something. Effect cleanup, effect DOM demo. I'm trying to find the nicer examples. Chapter 6 seems nice. Chapter 7 is probably good. Let's see. So we go to here. This is a chapter where we look into how you can migrate in Angular from observables to, or how you can convert observables to signals and signals to observables. So here you have some content with observables here, and you can see the same data, but the same example uses both observables and signals. And then this is signals to observables. See? But yeah, obviously the content is actually in the book. But if you're new to the channel, I think, and if you're interested in Angular, you may want to see the Angular course, which is, let's see if I can find it. This one, Angular in 19 minutes. I'm going to try to share this in the chat once I find. Oh, there we go. Ufstrong says Claude is the best. It's very initiative. You can explain the task and it will try to make a solution. Although you can follow your solution as well. Amazing too. True. I think I just found it a bit more expensive, so to say, when it came to querying. But obviously the quality is there. But yeah, I found it a bit more expensive. Ahmed says, nice man doing data science book on that, which you recommend. Ooh, that's a tough one. There are a few. I mean, it really depends. If you're just learning data science, then I think you should go with something that is related to Python, like Python for Dummies, etc. I think I have some. Yeah, this is the book. So Python for data science for dummies, John Paul Mueller and Luca Massaron. I would suggest this one. So it has some interesting things, like you can set up Python for data science, working with Jupyter Notebook, conditioning and shaping data, graphing with Matplotlib, blah blah blah. I think it's a nice book. I haven't looked into it too much. Ooh, I found a really nice bookmark. Oh, it's too bright. Why is it too bright? Let me show you the camera. We cannot ignore the no problema. I actually forgot about this. I think I started reading this book and then I just stopped. That's why. So I hope that helps, Ahmed. Strong says, I have about 12 JSON language files with translations. I add a line or an object to a file and it places translations to all the languages with one prompt in a minute. In ChatGPT, you would require repeated action many times. I agree. Yes. I would say yes. I tried the extension named Klein for the same thing. It did pretty well as well. I've looked into Cursor uh, and Klein both, and yeah, I haven't felt the need yet, but we'll see. By the way, Ahmed, if you're looking into data science, or if you want to look into some agent development kit stuff, or which is Google's new framework, which is Google ADK, you may want to look into this playlist. The response on this one is pretty nice, to say the least. I'm going to share this in the chat. So this takes you through how you can build AI agents in like a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to look into this. The book. Okay, I don't like one section specifically, so I'm gonna have to change that. Emma says, I bought a course of Krish Naik on DS for beginners advanced. Him, is he good? Yes, Krish Naik is pretty good. I have his course on Udemy as well. I'm learning from it as well. He's pretty good. I think the way he explains things is really nice. Oops, wrong says, I would say it does not do the best translation. I'm Russian speaking person and I can compare. Sometimes it looks weird, like AliExpress good translation. Yes. Yeah. I can imagine. Okay, I don't like the formatting here. Please fix yourself. Please. I hope it fixes itself. Okay, I'm gonna share something something different. Stop sharing. Stop sharing screen. Now we look at the Kindle stuff. Where's my Kindle? Here's my Kindle. So I'm now looking into actually editing this in the Kindle itself. Just making sure it looks good as well. The sad part is that I did all of that in Google Doc, and I have to do it again here. But it's good. It's not too bad. And Control B as well. Hmm. 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 Fun. HTTP resource. Just copy you and paste you here. HTTP resource instance, optional HTTP resource. And here, I think this should also be set like this. Success. I wish there was a button or there was a shortcut to do this in Kindle Create. It takes a lot of time. The loader function. But then for the readers, I do want to highlight the parts that I think are important. Reload method. Let's see. Copy, paste. Let's see if I can go to the next page. This looks good. Oi, what happened here? I don't like it. Okay, let's see if I can go a bit down. Why did it select the whole thing? Can you just no, it can't select it. Okay, that's not good. Anyways, so we have the code, and it took me up top. Let's see. Oops, wrong says, but I can create powerful prompt to fix issues in the translation. Actually, I should try, or at least ask ChatGPT. Does it for me? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all about the prompts. If you can provide them in the right manner, it becomes good. A single handling of fetch behavior using this request method. So the request method is the one that we are referring here of the resource. The key differences are, and then we go ahead talk about the first one. Okay, this is gonna be no, this is gonna be sad. Table separators inline footnotes, inline images and lists cannot be edited. Okay. Okay. That's fine, I think. Can I still edit this? It seems like no, I can't. Okay, anyways. Then I think we're good. So I'm gonna quickly save this, extract and export this. Export, export, KPF. We do it in documents. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Okay, so we should be able to now go to KDP, and we would have to update, save and continue. Save and continue. All right, we are about to hopefully publish the book. I have to update my manuscript actually. KBF, KPF. We're gonna look into the content that it contains correctly. What we have published. Give me 1 second. Replace screen sharing with window. This guy. So here you can see that we are about to publish this guy. It's going to convert my file for a while. And then we're going to launch the previewer to make sure that we can see, or we can review the book. Oops, wrong says there was one more AI thing in my routine. I created a simple draw tool like Paint. or screenshot tool. It made it for me using a library working with Canvas. I have no idea how it works, but it does. It required 2 days and about 50 prompts. Yeah. I understand what you mean. I did something similar. Um, Maybe I can share. Wait, what happened to this guy? I built this thing similarly with AI. It's called Blur Joy. And you can actually start blurring by putting any image there and then just doing this. So this uses Canvas behind the scenes, and you can now download this image, of course, and you can choose between different effects. So I could go back and I could rather use the pixelate effect, which is like this, if you can see, and we can increase the intensity as well. So if I increase the intensity and do it like this, now you can see it like this. This did not take 50 prompts. It took much more, I would say. So yeah, actually look good, and then you can move. So AI created some of the stuff for me, but I had to actually look into the code and update a bunch of things, including the performance for this one, because previously what AI created was, it was when I tried moving or resizing, it would basically re-render on every single pixel. So yeah, but it uses Canvas behind the scenes as well. Hello from Portland, Oregon, United States. This live session was unexpected. Yes, for me as well. My kid and wife, they just went asleep. And I'm looking into publishing my book at the moment. David S. Good to see you, bro. And here you're saying, for what it's worth, your ADK videos are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. There are more videos coming there as well. I think we're going to have to talk about the agent to agent protocol as well. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm glad you're finding this useful. Ufrong says, yes, the same tool. Cool. Yes, exactly. Um, I built it in the hope for having this like a software as a service. But then things came in the way, of course, as you can see. All right, let's see. We found 8 possible spelling mistakes. Impossible. I mean, me and spelling mistakes. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the book's content. Yeah, it figured out these as mistakes. These are not mistakes. Let's quickly say, oh, this one is interesting. Recalculates. Okay, this is not good. How many instances? Spelling error. So, okay, this one was worth it. So, MX Auto, no problem. Button square is okay. Recalculates. Replace, thank you. Uh, what is this? Change to recirculates. No, sorry. Undo change. Recalculates. Replace. Okay. Change spelling error, button outline, button error, button goes, button SM. That's fine. I would say upload changes. But I also want to look at the chapter 5 as well. Okay, so we are almost there. Multi-city support. This is how it looks so far. There's a bunch of code. And we go to the image, and there we start. So this should be the new one. Okay, so this looks not too bad. Then we come here, prerequisites. This looks good. Then we start with the code as well. Nice, nice, nice. Not too bad. Here we have the code. In this example, we talk about this are. And then these are the key differences. Okay, so they don't look really bad. I thought it would look super bad, but it looks decent. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Then we show the example here. Then we go to conclusion. Okay, good. I'm going to quickly do upload changes. Once you finish marking changes preview, upload Once you're finished making changes in the previewer, upload to update the manuscript with one change. Okay, uploading will replace the current version of your manuscript with the updated version. You will exit the previewer and can continue publish your Kindle ebook. Yeah, okay. Was recalculates. Recac. I'm gonna try to find it. David says, I need to run right now, but I will sure to join sometime later. For sure, for sure. Take care. Upsang says, I've been working with AI since GPT 3.5. It used to be useless in such a complicated, in such complicated things. So now it does not lose important things. And if it's fixing a thing and redo, undo it, it's not breaking everything else. Yes, you're absolutely right. But not now. Yes, yes. The same reason I like this thing called Klein. So at least you have previous checkpoints or breakpoints which you can go to, which is uh, which is a blessing. Okay, so I can try to find this thing where we had this issue. I can't find it. It says something, but I can't see it for some reason. Okay, I would have to find it myself then. I would have to find filter items. Can't find it. Okay, I'm gonna try to find it later then. But then I would forget. And I did not see the difference as well. Okay, let me try to find in the book itself. It's a bit weird that it could this was not found in. Okay, so this is figure 3.1 and it's just in the beginning. Okay, so let me share this then. Replace screen sharing, window, share. This should be in 3. And here you see the mistake. So recalculates. Okay, good. Save this. And now I think we can move towards publishing. Let's see if I can. The last thing I was checking was the price. I'm not, yeah. The price thing is a bit weird. So we would have to go to, I don't know how other books are doing with Angular. They're a bit more expensive. What do we think about that? Tup, 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 tup. So here, if I go to Amazon.com and if I say Angular book, so $17 here, right? 17. A sponsored video as well. Interesting. Learning Angular. Modern Angular. So $40, 49, 24. I don't know. If I should keep it cheaper or no, or not. There are two options for me. One is that I put a big price to the book and then The second option is that I put it for $9 only. Or it's like $10. Where's my phone? Strong says also cursor works fine with my old project starting in Angular 13 or so. Now it is in 20th. Does not mix up old style new signal like things. Okay, that's good. For me, the last time I checked on the Claude side, it wasn't doing that. It was actually making a lot of mistakes. What was I trying? What was I trying to find my phone for? Now I forgot. Um. Okay, I'm gonna take some help. Okay, let's see if I can zoom out, and I can say this, and I can also maybe ask it. Um. Let's see. For $9.99. Hamza says 9 is too cheap. You can go for something like $20. The weird thing about Amazon is actually that I have only two options. If I go with something that's not between $3 and $10, then I can't have 70% of the royalty. So they give you two options, like 3%, sorry, 35% or 70%. If I go with let's say if I say $20, then it's gonna give me 35% of it, which is gonna be less per sale, so to say. Which I don't know. I don't know actually. Hmm. Hmm. I'm reading a few things. What animal on your book is? What? I don't have an animal on my book at the moment. The previous books that I have had, which are not being shown here, at least up top, my book could be somewhere down here. So here we have. So this was my second book, which is the Angular Cookbook. I'm thinking actually. I'm thinking if I should still go for the 9.99. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm gonna go for the 999. We're gonna go for the 999, guys. It's fine. I think it's good that people can. It's accessible for the people. I think it puts us in a good spot there, that we are providing high value to the people, so to say. Um, it's good enough, I would say. I think it's good enough, and I think we have the things got right as well. I just want to see one last thing. Just want to see that we don't have the weird placeholder in the forward. I think I copied the forward separately. Oops, wrong says the annual is much more important than the price. I don't have an annual at the moment, but I understand what you mean. Okay, the forward looks good. I think it's also pretty nice that we were able to get Mark from the Angular team to write the forward for the book. Have you worked with the Vue? Is if yes, how do you compare Angular, React, and Vue? Angular is actually a framework, so it has a lot of things in the ecosystem. It has like the testing tools, HTTP client. It has the state management built in. It has performance tooling as well. It has a way of doing things, which basically is the point of having a framework. When it comes to Vue and Angular, Vue and React, they're pretty tiny libraries. So when it comes to the learning curve, I think the learning curve is pretty similar for all of these. Uh, Vue and React gives you much more. I don't want to say flexibility, but yeah, you can say that flexibility is one of the things, because you can code any way you want. With Angular, you have to code a certain way, which has both pros and cons when you compare them. Having a flexibility is good, but when you have flexibility, you will see that even in the same project, four different developers would be writing code in four different ways. With Angular, you don't usually have that problem. So even if you're switching teams, you're switching projects, it's essentially the same code, or the same kind of code, so to say. So so that's why I prefer Angular, especially for enterprises or where you have big teams, so to say. Okay, guys, I think we're good. This is the moment. So we are about to publish it. Um, we don't have to have an ISPN. Hmm, hmm, I don't think we need an ISPN, at least for the Kindle version, because it doesn't need one. Hamza says, "Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely." Okay, I think we're good. Let's publish it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Done. There we go. It can take up to 72 hours. And now I can use the same title information for the paperback as well. Let's go. So we have the same thing here, essentially. I would have to set the categories, etc. Okay. But I think the content is going to be interesting for me. Chat demands to be chat demands to be mentioned in authors because it helped you. It helps select me the price. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Let's see what do we have here. We have like introduction, narrator. Maybe narrator could be one of the things. Translator, contributions by. Hmm. Yep. Okay, the categories. We selected the categories for, was it non? No, not non-fiction, but it was. I think it was here, computer and technology. Then we got programming, and then we got software design, testing, and engineering, or web programming. We could go with that. I would say JavaScript. I would say, I don't know. Maybe placement is gonna be fine for this. This should have actually selected the same thing that I had before for the digital one as well. Nay. Computer science. You're gonna select AI and machine learning. No, I don't think so. We did we select programming in the last one? Yeah, we did, right? So we do have, I think, language and tools could be one of the things. C++, Java, not really actually. Software design, testing, and engineering, I would say it should go software development. I believe I'm picking them correctly. And then we have where are you? Computers and technology. Computer science, AI, machine learning. Everything is about AI and machine learning. Web development and design. I would say programming, JavaScript. But I selected already that, right? Or is it? Hmm. No, it's not gonna pick this one then. Hmm. Software. What? Hmm. Not really. This is harder than I thought. Not even programming languages, I would say. No. Hmm. I don't know. Programming in general, we could have. Hmm. I'm a bit skeptical about the third one. Cooking book, how to cook Angular. How to get cooked in Angular interviews. Could be one of the things. No. Okay, so let's see. Save and continue. The content. Add your own ICN. We'll look into this. Do I have to use the different okay, so PDF, docx, HTML are okay, interesting. If I go with the KPF, does it allow me to use KPF or no? because I want to use the same manuscript here. Launch cover creator. I should have my cover file somewhere. I don't remember where. Was it this one? Nope. Where's the other one? Where is my mastering Angular signals? PDF. Pretty sure I downloaded it somewhere. No, I don't see it, which means I did not download it. That's February. I did not do it then. We have some. Okay, where did I do that? Did I do that on Upwork or? Pretty sure I did that on. Was it Upwork or some place else? It was not Fiverr. Fiverr alternative. It was not Fiverr. It was something different. I don't know if it was Upwork. Maybe it was Upwork. No, I don't think it was a. Let me see if I can find it. I have to check my email. Mastering Angular signals. Hmm. Mm-hmm. The sad part is that I don't remember where I downloaded it. So, okay, backup in the downloads. I don't see it, at least in the backup folder. Not cool. If I go to, okay, let's go to users and then see in the documents maybe. Books. No. Downloads should actually be here. That's Angular Cookbook. That's not the one. What if I do sort by types? Type. Okay, that's good enough. Absolute Git Cheat Sheet. No. Angular Cookbook still. One mastering Angular signals. Where did the book go? I should have downloaded. I mean, I do know I have downloaded my files somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna try to find in the. Let's have a look. Where did I put you? Mastering Angular. This is KPF travel, XHR, Prism Pulse. Definitely not here. This is January. No. How come I downloaded one, not the other? I think I'm gonna have to ask my wife. Let's see. And I also have to leave for prayer as well. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Where are you? I'm pretty sure I sent the file to my wife at some point. The problem is I can't really remember the platform that I requested the download from. Okay, let's see. Can't remember the platform even. Maybe it was Upwork. Let me see if I can find this on Upwork. Okay, found it finally. That's not the one. This is the paperback, right? Mastering Angular signals to paperback. There we go. Good, good, good. And now I can share it. Finally. Downloads. Okay, I'm gonna send it to myself. Let's quickly download it. Let's quickly download that, and now I can put it. Upload the cover file, downloads, and there we go. Good. Okay, so it was indeed Upwork. No, there's no barcode. Preview your file to check for launch previewer. I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna also have to do this. The print thingy. Let's see. And we can also, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a while. Give me 1 second. That's fine. Okay, let's see. Summary, black and white interior with white paper. Okay, I think we're good. It looks like you made some changes to your manuscript. Please preview and approve your changes. Good. Okay, but I don't. Okay. Okay, now we are looking at the print ready file, but I would have to come back to this in a while. Okay, but I will go. I have to go for a prayer. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, let's see. Most commonly, file rejections were included in spine text, bleed, margins, embedded fonts. Please review guidelines. This is not looking good. I can try asking. The guy. Uh, where are you? I'm gonna try to see if I can share with. Um, okay. I don't know why this looks so weird. I have no clue why. If I try to open the file, actually, let's see. If I open it here, it looks like this. But I think it could be because of the size that I gave. If I go to thumbnail view, it looks like this. Okay. So here is the forward. That looks good. What the author is good. What was the size? The size is and is it 22 pages, right? 6 x to 9, 200 pages, 199 pages. It's good that the guy who actually built the cover is really active. He's actually talking to me now. Super nice. Let's see if I can. Okay, when I was looking for the books here, I want to see what are the dimensions for this one. Let's see. Okay, this is the book. Uh, see if I can get it through to him. Okay, I'm gonna have to see a couple of more books. Let's say there were about something about signals, right? So this one. Hmm. Okay, so let's see this. Um, um, then learning Angular is also this one. Where are the dimensions mentioned? Here. Also, we had mhm. Let's see if I can ask Gemini to help me with this. Mm, okay, I'm gonna go with this 7 into 10 and see what happens. Let's see if this makes it work. Okay, let's see if 7 by 10 makes it worth it. And the reason I'm selecting that is because of this. You see that this is about 7.5 and 9.25 inches, which is the same more or less here as well. So that's why I'm trying to look into if I can go with 7 by 10 and that this works for that one, because this right now doesn't seem to be working for us. I could have made a coffee in the meantime. Pup, pup, pup. This, however, this size, however, is a bit different, right? At least it looks like it. That the book is not going to be so wide compared to the other books, the other titles. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is what it should look like. So it's 7 by 10. Good, not too bad. Okay. Hmm. So this is page 1. Why do we have? Okay, we have white pages because. Okay, I think this is good. I like it. I like it. I'm quite happy with how this is looking, even if there's no sale yet. This looks beautiful. Okay, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna tell Ahmed. Okay, okay, okay. This is good. So I'm gonna approve it. But I also wanted to check one thing, or maybe not. No, not really. I looked at the. Yeah, okay. It was actually really good job by Ahmed. Okay, I'm gonna exit the print preview, and we are here. And we can save and continue. Okay, so what do we have here actually? What could be what should be the value for print in our case? Should we go with something like, I don't know. So minimum it's 7.71. For print it could be more. So if I look at, for example, these books, um, Kindle Kindle is 49 actually. Interesting. And paperback is 40. Here it's 18 and 17. So Kindle is usually, why is Kindle, okay, sorry, there's a discount here. So Kindle here is 18. How can we see? Okay, so let's have a look at this bestseller. So they have the Kindle for 21 and the hardcover is a bit more. Okay. Hmm. So maybe we could go with, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I don't know, maybe 15, 20, not really sure. What should the paperback cost? If I were to be too generous, I would just cover the cost that is for the printing. What do you think? Mm-hmm. 4.0 on Goodreads. Nice. It's a good book. Okay, let's go with this. We're gonna go with let's go with 29.99 and let's see what happens. If I go with 29.99, printing is this. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I think this is decent. 29.99. If I went with let's say 32.99. I think 29.99 is good enough, to be honest. I'm now confused between 29.99 and 32.99, so to say. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna look into the pricing again of from the other ones. Here we had 41.99. Here we have 40.99. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go with 29.99. I think I could also go towards 34.99. Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. I think I've made my decision. I'm gonna go with 29.99. Let's let's do that. Keep it accessible for everyone as well. Proof copy is a test version of how your book will print using less files you upload to KDP. Each proof will have a not for sale watermark and a unique barcode, but no ISBN. You pay only the printing cost for the selected marketplace, multiply by number of copies, shipping fees, taxes apply. Okay. Okay, we have an issue here. Amazon.se. Okay, we have an issue in the paperback details. It's Mark Thompson. Okay, I will publish it now. Hey, there we go. Practical guide to migrating, blah blah blah. Your book will be checked against KDB guidelines. During this time, you won't be able to make changes. After passing review, we'll send you an email. It can take up to 72 hours before your book becomes available on Amazon. For low content books, it can take up to 10 business days. Okay. Books with scheduled release date will be made available on the date you specified. Good. So we have the Kindle ebook in review, we have the paperback in review, which is awesome. Please refer to our contact. Okay, what is that? Hamza says, congratulations. Hope it does well. Yeah, I hope that too. I hope it helps. Kindle storyteller, Spanish. Meet the contest criteria listed in the terms and conditions. Okay. Okay, it's more towards the storytelling contest. All right, but let's see. Let's see when I get an email, then I will be able to inshallah also share with you folks as well the links and if there are any discounts as well. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I think I will pray Isha and then we'll see if I'll yeah if I'll keep myself up for Fajr because it's like in 2 hours or 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go to sleep, but we'll see. Let's see how that goes. Thank you everyone who joined. The book has been pushed for publishing. Hopefully it gets approved by Amazon, and then I should be able to then share with you and the community. So thank you for joining, and I'm gonna see you next time. Hopefully, take care, everyone.